Hi, it's Jo at Applewood Acres, and what I wanted to do is show you how to propagate those roses that you get given as a gift. From Applewood Acres, and today I want to show you how to make use of those roses that you might be given as a gift. Dave bought me these gorgeous pink roses from our local store because at the moment we have no roses on the field. We will have, but I'm not going to waste them, and I'm certainly not going to throw them away, and neither should you. So let me show you how you can propagate and make multiple roses for your garden out of these roses that are literally spent now. We've had the pleasure of them in the caravan for a good week and a half. As you can see, they're almost dead. But if you've got the stems and they're quite firm, these are called semi-hardwood, so they're bendable. This one, I've actually broke this one, but I'll show you how to rectify that. So it's bendable, it's not too stiff and it's not too soft. So we're going to make, I think we've got 12 roses here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and out of these 12 we can propagate all these to make brand new rose bushes, and these are cutting roses, so they're amazing for your garden, and you'll have fresh roses in your house when they grow. So it's fantastic, and they're pretty easy to do, and there is a trick about how to do these easily. You may lose a couple, but most of them will actually grow roots and you'll be able to plant them out into your garden. So let me show you the trick how we do it here at Applewood Acres. So the first thing is we get a container to keep these roses in. We need to keep them nice and warm and a bit moist, but with good airflow. So let me show you what I picked up from the store. So what you want is an opaque, not clear, but opaque tub. And this was from B&Q, and as you can see, it's a brilliant Christmas tree box made out of plastic, you know, so I wish they'd do an alternative, but they don't. But it's a Christmas tree box, and I thought this was ideal. There's a few things we need to do to make it suitable for the roses, but let's start with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually put some holes so we've got good airflow in there at the bottom and at the top. What I'm using is a 10mm bit here to make the holes in. Borrowed this off Dave. I'm sure you'll find somebody, if you haven't got one yourself, who's got a drill who could, or even do it for you. But this is, I've turned the box over, this is the bottom, and we're going to drill multiple holes in this bottom area. Now this is for drainage. You need good drainage. You don't want them having soggy bottoms. We don't do soggy bottoms here. So you ready? So I'm going to have a go at this. I'm no expert, so press it in. And there's the first hole. So it's that simple. So I'm going to go all along here. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but quite a few, to make sure there's plenty of drainage in the bottom, and I'll come back to you in a second. So what I've done, I've managed to put all the holes in the bottom. There's no right or wrong, you can do as many as you like, but just so it's got good even drainage. Now you'll see I've put the holes in multiple places. I've split a couple. That's just practice. We're not all brilliant at drilling, so just take your time, because I learned after that one, take your time. So I'm going to turn this box over. This, by the way, was from B&Q, as I said. It's 77 litres. That's what it says on the bottom. Thought I'd tell you that, and it was about £22. I'm sure in America you probably get it at Home Depot. I think that's what everybody says. Correct me if I'm wrong. But these are Christmas tree boxes, so this is really good. And you want it opaque, you don't want it clear, because you want brightness but you don't want direct sunlight. So that's a good tip. So I'm going to turn it over now then, and let's do the top of the box. for the top, I've just changed this drill bit to a 14mm. I just want the hole slightly bigger because you need good airflow. You want it to get condensation, but you also need the airflow. So that's why I've changed this bit to a 14mm. You could keep the smaller size, but I just think if you've got it, you may as well use it. What I've done, you'll see I've put random holes all the way along the box, and they were the 14mm ones. Just remove any bits of plastic that come through when you're drilling, but take your time. It's a really simple thing to do. And then the next step is to take the lid off. So we just put that down there for now, and we're going to fill this container about just over halfway of sand. Just normal builder sand, sharp sand, just sand. You don't need anything else, it's that simple. Let's fill this up and I'll come back in a second. Okay, so I've just moved positions because a bit of a tip for you. If you're going to fill that box with sand, you need to put it in situ, exactly where you're going to leave it, because otherwise you won't be able to pick it up, and we've just found that out. So we've moved it next to our shed here, and it's on the floor on a concrete base, as you can see, and we've filled it about just over half of the sand. So that's a really good tip. Put it where it's going to stay, and then you haven't got to move it again. Make sure the sand is damp but not wet. We're lucky we dug this sand up out of Applewood Acres ground. It's all sand and stone. So it's almost like builder's sand. It's really orange. So if you get your sand, whether it's from the ground where you are or you go to your local store, just make sure it's damp when you put it into your box, but not soaking wet. You don't want to create anywhere where it's going to get really, really damp and sticky and horrible, because you'll lose the roses. So back to the roses. So we have all these lovely roses here. As I said, they're just about ready to die now, and normally most people would throw them away at this point. They go floppy at the tops. Now this seems quite brutal, but trust me, this box may have cost you £22 in the UK, but if you think about, in the UK, a good rose bush would cost you anywhere from maybe £10 to £30, sometimes even more. Now out of this one bouquet of roses, which costs about £4, we could get 12 plants. So it's worth having a go. You may lose a couple during the process, but most of them will root, and we'll do a future video and show you how it actually works. I've done this quite a lot now. I've never used this container, so this is the first for me. It's very big. So let's scale it up. I have done some over on the nursery bed there, which you'll see, and I can show you those. They're starting to bud. And what I'll do when we finish doing this, I'll show you a little bud on one that's actually starting to take already. And they've only been in probably about 5-6 weeks. They normally take around 12 to 16 weeks to actually get rooted. So patience. You're not rushing this process, especially in winter when it's a bit cooler. Just let them be. Just make sure you check them every now and then. But if there's any really black rotten ones, they're dead, get rid. The rest of them should be absolutely fine. But I will do a follow-up video, as I said, and we'll make sure we show you how it works. So you've got your rose, okay, and we're talking semi-hardwood, so it's a little bit bendy, but it's quite firm, not too hard, not too soft. And out of this one rose, in fact we could probably double, it's quite long. So we're going to take off all the lower leaves, quite brutal, just pull them off. As you can see, I'm going to take them all off, strip it right back. So you've got this long stem with lots of little nodes all the way up, and then you want to get your secateurs. I've got my pair here, and just where the last node is, you want to chop just about an inch up. Now where you've chopped above that node, you'll find that might go a little bit black, but it will just die back, so don't worry. That's why you want to leave a little bit of a gap there above that node. So we want to count down, because roses like to be buried quite deep. So we want to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll cut just below the 5th node. Okay? Oops, sorry. So there you see, I've cut just below the 5th node. So there's one cutting. Okay, so we'll just pop that on the table for now. And then with a bit left, we could probably have a go with it. It might not work because it's already, there's a node there, it's a little bit inch there, so that's fine. Make sure you get them the right way up. And it's cut already just below that. Now we want to freshen that up, so what I will do is just freshen. Then you can go quite close at the bottom to that node. You can see the sap. So we'll have a go with that one. I like them longer, but we'll give it a go. Who's to say? Now I'm going to show you what to do with these ones. So there's 2 potential rose bushes out of this one rose. So what we do, we can stick this rooting end into some rooting powder or gel or liquid, or you can just put it straight in. Roses do take quite quickly and quite easily on their own. So I'm going to pop mine into a rooting gel. So I've got my rooting gel. It stinks. It really stinks. This is from Westland and it's organic rooting gel. I think it's seaweed. It really honks. So we're going to use this one. Now, to prevent any diseases, what I normally do is tip the gloop, so revolting, into the cap. We then get our cutting. Remember, make sure all the nodes are pointing upwards. That's your bottom, the inch top. So the bottom bit you just dip into your rooting gel. You see there, look. Give it a swirl round, make sure it's well covered. And then we take our cutting and we take it over to the box and we'll plant this one in the middle. And you can put your finger in, make a nice deep hole. Now we want to go really above the 3rd node, so we take it right down, bury it deep, and then push it together, make sure there's no gaps. I would even go right down just below that node there, so nice and deep there. And there you go. So I'm going to get on with these roses and I'll show you when they're all done and they're all in the box, and then we'll cover them up. So I've done all the flowers, so they're all done. The next thing, the most important thing, and now I'm guilty of this because sometimes I will plant stuff and I think I know what that is. I'll come back 2 months later, completely forgotten. And it is a surprise when they come up because I can't remember what I planted. So Ollie's big tip of the day, hey Ol, huh? Ollie's big tip of the day is get yourself a plant marker and put down what they are. First thing, a generic rose. What we're going to put on there, all I want is it's a pink rose. Don't know the name, it's just a generic. So we'll just put pink rose. So I know when they come up they should be pink. Because they're off a cutting they'll be pink. If they were from a seed they could potentially be any colour. So they could be cross-pollinated. So I'm going to write on my little card pink rose, and then on the back I'm going to put the date, which is the 29th of November 2019. Now these roses to root will take probably anywhere from 2 to 3 months. So we're going to pop this in because we will forget. Pop this into there. Now potentially I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 20, potentially we've got 24 rose plants here for £22. There you go, all the 20s. So I'm going to pop that in just so I don't forget. Now they're all in the sand. I've not watered them because the sand is already damp. I'm going to put the lid on, and apart from just checking that there's no dead ones every now and then, that's it. That's all you need to do. And what we'll do, we'll come back, we're in the end of November now, so December, January, come back in February and we'll show you the results. As you know, this box is on, we've put it on concrete. What this does, this allows like a thermal hold of heat, because what will happen is the sun, it's on a south facing wall, this won't do anything. Well, it's quite warm actually, but the concrete will hold the heat in longer. So when the temperatures dip at night time, you'll find that the residual heat will just carry on a little bit. So it just gives a bit of bottom heat to the plants. It won't be an awful lot, but it does make a difference. So if you've got a nice sunny wall with a concrete patio or something, place them there. But again, no direct sun. Make sure that it's opaque. If you have to paint it, paint the top with a white paint. That will do perfect. And that's it. That's as easy as it is. And we'll see how they go. But let's go look at the other ones that I did about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. Oh, and before we go, make sure you clean your secateurs. You don't want cross diseases. And all this rubbish that's left from the cuttings, straight onto your compost. Great for your compost. But over here, I found, and you can put these roses in any box. Here's another box I did. And I've got roses in here, and if you see this one here, you'll see it's starting, it's rooted and it's starting to get buds on. and there's one here as well, and this was done in October, so only last month. It's rooted and it's got some nice shoots on, so that's what you're looking for. And I've just covered these with a bit of fleece, which I may do with that box as well. So that's it. We'll come back in February, we'll show the updated roses, and if you do this yourself, please let us know how you get on. Have a go and buy yourself a bunch of flowers, get someone else to buy you a bunch of flowers, have a go. Potentially you've got 24 roses there for less than £25. Brilliant idea, and super simple. Let us know how you get on. Please leave a comment below, and we'll come back to you with an update on these roses in February, because that's when they should have rooted, ready for spring. Take care, see you soon, bye bye.